coming up short.
Yeah, a bitter pill to swallow, too. I mean, when you face that team again, that's always, not just in the back of your head, it's in the front of your mind, too. Getting a win would be some kind of consolation.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Thompson and Iguodala on the perimeter. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. And it's Curry in at the 1.
And guys, Steph Curry is the rare point guard who's almost as effective playing off the ball as he is on it. And the Warriors have really emphasized that as he's evolved as a player, bringing in a lot of playmakers who can set him up coming off screens.
Here's Howard, and it is flushed down with a nice jam. Thompson outside, inside. Here's Bogut, and he uses the glass on the layup. Bogut's got his second basket of the night.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Harden dishes to Howard. Harden with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Ariza no luck.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes. A little bit of a magic act here, pulling off the Houdini to make that catch and slam.
Stupendous alley-oop.
I think the crowd is still stunned by that one.
Now here's Harden. Down low. And there's Ariza. That's good on the assist by Harden.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Iguodala, the pass to Green. And finished off by Bogut.
Make it two hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was also safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
And Curry with the stuff.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy, one of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
And both free throws good for Howard. And for Howard, his parents raised him to keep a smile on his face and stay upbeat and remain positive. He's done all those things and still competed in the rough and tumble world of pro basketball.
Yeah, and yet some of his peers and contemporaries have gone at him. Durant, for instance, Kobe Bryant called him soft. Byron Scott questioned his desire. Guys go about their work in different manners.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And that one's good. Beverly.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
Curry kicks to Bogut. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Howard. And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Outside Curry. He feeds it to Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Dives for it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So for the Rockets, Capella's checked in. And it's Monty Unison for Michael Beasley. And the Warriors also making a change. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Andrew Bogut. And Houston calls their first timeout of the game.
Yeah, and you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because It looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
It's Harden with the drive. No good. Good D by Thompson.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Wasted no time on that one.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Got a piece of it. Beverly with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Back to Beverly. Harden kicks to Ariza. The Rockets with another miss. And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that. Could you?
Yeah, right,
No.
Right. Yeah, he probably just drone on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No.
And they continue to add to their lead. They might be ready to pull away.
No surprise from my end. I mean, they've been really good, and they're looking even better at this moment.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Terrence Jones comes in for Monty Eunice. And it's Brewer in for Trevor Ariza. Golden State also making some changes. Spates checked in for Draymond Green. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Thompson. Livingston dishes to Curry. Feeds it to Barnes. Pass to Harden. Fires the three. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly. Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Curry kicks to Spates. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Beverly the pass to Capella. And now Barnes running the floor all by himself.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Timeout called, the Rockets. When you think about Sean Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken, Clark, fourth back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager, and his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Josh Smith, he's checked in for Capella. Andrew Godlock comes in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Barnes dishes to Curry. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And getting back to Livingston, he's had comeback after comeback. I mean, each time he'd start to flash those unbelievable movement skills, he'd get injured again. It's a shame because he was on the path to becoming one of the game's great young point guard.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
And the basket by Brewer. Brewer's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Warriors lead by 10. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Warriors.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
We've got Moniunas. Brewer is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Smith, and it's Beasley in the 3 slot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Passes it to Brewer. The feed now to Moniunas. It's stolen by Bogut. And here we go. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And, Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
6 on the shot clock. Green kicks to Livingston. 14 feet away. Out to Thompson. Back to Bogut. Thompson passes to Bogut. Outside, Green. That's a 2 from Barnes. It's rebounded by Houston.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Timeout called the Rockets. And despite some of the injuries over the years, Andrew Bogut still one of the game's best shot blockers, averaging well over 2.5 a game in his career. And Greg, he protects the rim like few others can. A rugged player.
And in last season, almost 3 block shots per game. And with all the offensive firepower around him, I think it really allows him to play to his strengths. That's why having a great team is about pieces of the puzzle fitting. He's a terrific piece for this group.
Green kicks to Iguodala.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
Man, I got to pick my jaw up off the floor after that one, guys.
Harden dishes to Moniunas. And it's sent back by Bogut. But they'll get another chance. Howard, the pass to Moniunas. And he dunks it down.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
And the wide open shot from Green. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. Last outing for Golden State, it was a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. Terry kicks to Moniunas. Houston moving it around. Here's Howard. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Howard's got it back down to within single digits for Houston. And Bogut slams it in.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
That's his first personal foul.
Last season for James Harden was easily his best yet. Finished second in the MVP race. Put up huge numbers with career highs in points per game scoring. Greg at more than 27 a game.
And also carried that Rockets team that dealt with a plethora of injuries, mainly to Dwight Howard. And second in the league in scoring, I mean, narrowly losing out to Russell Westbrook, who just went on a tremendous tear the second half of the season. And then also finished runner-up in the MVP race.
And for Harden coming in second in the MVP race, he had a lot of first-place votes, and nobody knew if he or Curry would win the award. In most other seasons, he would have won the MVP.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Kicks it to Howard. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
He power surged that one down. Wow.
Yeah, good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial.
So for the Rockets, Capella's checked in, and Trevor Ariza has subbed in for Michael Beasley.
And for Harden last year, he could have easily have won the MVP, probably would have in other seasons. His big talking point for the award was how he carried the Rockets on his back. And he might have been the most valuable player to his team with the performances he had last year.
The shot is off. Great D that time from Iguodala.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
And there's Stephen Curry on the assist from Green. Green's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. Down low. It's deflected. The three from Harden. Again, the miss by Harden.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
It's Curry with the drive. Out to Thompson. On the wing, Iguodala. No good from the wing.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And guys, you know, we talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Mazzilli comes in for Andrew Bogut. And Spates subbed in for Green. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. Curry with it. 9 points in the game so far. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Howard is still Clark, an efficient rebounder, still prolific in fact, but he's no longer dominant. Last year he had not one 20-plus rebound game. Tell me the last time that happened.
Well, you know, this being Dwight's 12th season in the league, Kevin, a lot of wear and tear on him. I think he's trying to fight through it, and he's still very much more than serviceable. Wants to get a ring, and he's doing his part to try to make that happen.
And it's slammed in by Ariza.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Here's Harden. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
And really, Clark, that's the way you get yourself back into the game. Key stops and then try to get out in transition for some easy ones.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Howard dishes to Beverly. Houston moving the ball around. Here's Ariza. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Iguodala with it. He's picked up by Ariza. Mazzilli the pass to Thompson. And that one's good. Thompson's got 12 now in this quarter.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Inside. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
So for the Rockets, Terrence Jones comes in for Dwight Howard. And Corey Brewer's subbed in for James Harden. Spates kicks to Curry. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Beverly dishes to Jones, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry.
You can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
And the Rockets making a change here. Smith is checked in. Barnes, he's checked in for Golden State. Livingston comes in for Steph Curry. 6 to shoot. Beverly, the pass to Brewer. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
That's his second personal foul.
And Corey Brewer, guys, out of Florida. Remember, won those 2 national championships, teaming up with Joakim Noah and Al Horford. Terrific quickness, and that rangy frame makes him a disruptive defender. Great versatility as well on that end of the floor.
To the inside. And there's Thompson. That's good on the assist by Barnes. Barnes has got 4 assists in the game. Screen by Jones. And Beverly kicks to Jones. He got right to the cup using that screen. Jones has got his first bucket of the night. Livingston dishes to Azili. Thompson outside. From the arc. Shot's good. Thompson's got 19 points.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
And we finished one half of basketball. The Warriors on top, up by 12. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Klay Thompson has been sensational.
And the threes, they just drop for him consistently. He was in a zone in that first half.
I'll say, this couldn't have been a more productive day for him from long range so far.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again.
What a game we've seen here for Thompson. He's got 19 points, and he's drained 3 3-point bombs so far.
Don't stop. Don't hesitate. Keep firing from out there when the shot's falling like this.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Steph, Klay, and Dre on the perimeter. And here's Green outside.
You know, guys, if he does his work early, he knows when he gets in a good position, his size gives him a big edge on the glass.
What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Beverly, the pass to Beasley. To the paint. No good from Howard. Warriors leading by 12. Curry kicks to Green. Back to Curry. Wide open look. Ariza with the rebound.
And the Warriors won 51 games back in 2014, improved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement was an NBA record for the Warriors.
Curry kicks to Bogut. From deep. Offensive rebound.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Now the Warriors moving it up. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
And here's Harden for three. Rebounded by Bogut. Bogut's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
It goes without saying the Warriors set franchise records all over the place with their play. Their win total being the highest ever, but also of note was it was the first time they've won 50 games in back-to-back seasons. They seem to truly have arrived as a top-notch franchise in this current state of the NBA.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Capella's checked in, and Moniunas subbed in for Trevor Ariza. Now a timeout called by Golden State. Houston making some changes. Terrence Jones is checked in for Beasley. Andrew Godlock comes in for James Harden. And it's Brewer in for Patrick Beverley. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Clock at 6. Green, the screen. Curry kicks to Green.
Yeah, another turnover, but guys, on the whole, I think they've done a great job of running their offense without too many miscues.
Warriors leading by 13. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Warriors ball.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Curry attacking. There's the dish to Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
Assisted by
Green's got his first 2 points.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead. And guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA, none brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. It's Thompson off the drive. Snatched away. The finish. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Brewer with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Godlock dishes to Moniunas. Brewer. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. They get Stephen Curry.
One thing about Corey Brewer, he's a defensive specialist, has a combination of size and quickness that's real hard to score against. I mean, equally good at defending in the half court or transition.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Bogut. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Thompson. Outside for Curry. Brewer with the steal. Here's Godlock. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Going back to Corey Brewer, he also has a sixth sense of sniffing out steal opportunities. Very quick hands. He's averaged 1.5 steals a game over his career.
Kevin, Corey's one of those guys that's always going to give that effort offensively and find ways to contribute there. But more importantly, he's going to give you results on the defensive side of the ball.
He has an amazing motor. Never shuts down.
How about Steph Curry in this one? 13 points and 6 assists. The motor on this guy is amazing. Completely revved up. He's been everywhere today.
And it's hard to say which has influenced the game more, really, his offense or his D. I mean, take your pick. A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
And Brewer kicks to Monteunitas. He dishes it to Brewer. 5 to shoot. Out to Smith. And Houston again with the bucket.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Yeah, and that was the only thing that could have brought him back in this game. Everything had to start dropping. And boy, have they gotten on a roll.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State. Last season, David Lee was injured, remember, in preseason. Green was inserted, and he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness.
And I really have always felt Draymond Green was one of those unique players. I mean, he kind of a tweener in terms of that small forward, power forward at only 6'7". But he's got toughness. The long arms enable him to defend bigger guys. And also the basketball IQ. You can never discount the importance of understanding what you're doing when you're on the floor.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Here's Harden, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one. Harden's got 4 this quarter.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this. And with Draymond Green, he can defend inside. He can cover on the perimeter. I mean, his versatility at both ends of the floor also a huge asset. And you can't have a higher basketball IQ than he does. It really helps him excel at all facets of the game.
Howard, the pass to Smith. It's Harden with that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up. .106 left in the third quarter.
He kicks it to Howard. It's Harden with the drive. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Howard's got 6 assists now in the game.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Screen by Smith. Harden dishes to Terry. It's stolen by Green. The Warriors have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Livingston hits both of them.
And how about Sean Livingston? Just a terrific comeback story. Of course, he suffered that famous knee injury, one of the worst I've ever seen, and he has willed himself back to become a valuable player in this league. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
On the wing, Thompson gets the three-pointer to fall. Thompson's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Warriors. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Barnes. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit. And the final period of play just about to start. For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to the Atlanta Hawks. Patrick Beverley out there with Corey Brewer. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then there's Monty Eunice. And it's Jones in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Houston right now. 5 on the clock. Curry kicks to Livingston. Count that one.
They'll take as many of those looks as they can get.
Now here's Beverly. There's the pass to Ariza. It's stolen by Bogut. Here's Curry. That drops and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And Beverly kicks to Monty Eunice. Lets it go from 14. And it's Beverly missing.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
And, you know, looking at Andrew Bogut, he's been one of the game's best centers. I mean, obviously injuries have saddled him a little bit over the years, but he's made it through 67 games each of the past 2 seasons.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Howard's checked in for Terrence Jones. Beasley comes in for Monty Eunice. James Harden, he's checked in for Corey Brewer. And it's Andrew Goudlock in for Patrick Beverley. Then for the Warriors, Draymond Green, he's checked in for Spates. And it's Klay Thompson in for Sean Livingston. Well, going back to Bogut, when he's healthy, he's a very difficult matchup for any opponent. Greg, one of the great rebounders and defenders certainly in this game now. He also, though, gives you points from the blocks and with timely putbacks.
You know, he's become an unsung hero in a sense. Not the flashy guy who entered the league, but more of a very talented lunch pail kind of guy who simply wants to do his part.
Howard setting the pick for Harden. Ariza goes in. And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the 3. It's a pretty valuable commodity for him. Ariza against Curry. And Bogut slams it in.
And they seem to have gotten something out of almost every possession. Their defense has been just as good, just a tremendous performance all the way around.
Yeah, and they're doing it in hostile territory, too. I mean, don't forget about that part of it, which makes it even more impressive.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
Harden has a wide open look. Kept alive by Houston. Beasley the screen. Harden the pass to Goudlock. Back to Harden. To the inside. Howard dishes to Beasley. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Howard's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Bogut kicks to Curry. Out to Thompson. Screen by Bogut. Back to Thompson. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Curry with a wide open look. Another three for Golden State.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
It's not possible what we just said. Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's
smokes.
one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
It's off his foot, and the official saying it was kicked. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Goudelock.
Patrick Beverly.
On defense, the Rockets trailing by 19. And finished off by Bogut.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots. With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Harden the pass to Howard. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
We watched Howard play some great basketball. 10 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision is on par with anybody. I mean, he could not pass the ball any better than he is right now.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what, he would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers.
Harden inside the three-point line. They get the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
The drive by Bogut. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Houston's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And with that whole concept of playoff reseeding, so often we'll see a second or third seed team get a sixth or seventh seed team in the second round. Meanwhile, Greg, the top seed plays the fourth seed no matter what.
You know, I think in a few cases it would have made a major difference in how the playoffs would have played out. And quite frankly, I think it also puts more value on the regular season if that number one seed could play a seventh seed, if you will, in the second round. So I think that's something that the commissioner and the competition committee might want to reassess. Oh, quick hands on the steal, and then and that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really like going at each other, don't they?
Boy, I tell you what, we've got a little bit of a personal rivalry brewing here, fellas.
And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Bogut's got 8 points in the quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment to
Well,
him.
you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Klay Thompson. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Ezeli comes in for Draymond Green. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. And the foul on Jason Terry. That's foul number 2 for him.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Straight frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions, a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
Pass to Livingston. Back to Barbosa. Uncovered. Rebound by Smith. To the middle. And it's slammed in by Brewer.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Another shot. Ezeli. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took
Greetings and best wishes for a happy holidays at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Well, it was the Toronto Raptors in their last game, a loss to the Lakers at the Staples Center. All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Raptors. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the small forward. There's Green with the 3. On defense, the Warriors. Outside Lowry. And there's the feed to Patterson. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. And you look at Andre Iguodala, maybe the premier perimeter defender in the NBA, is Glenn Clark of length and strength is hard to match.
Yeah, he does a terrific job. Versatile at the defensive end. He's had some injuries and his scoring numbers have dropped. But you look at his defensive impact, second to none.
And it's DeRozan missing. Warriors have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Thompson inside the line. And the Warriors miss again.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
DeRozan can't get that one to fall. Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Outside Curry. Outside Green. And Thompson kicks to Green. 5 on the clock. Tries from 16. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Iguodala. Curry's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Warriors. And the Raptors miss again.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Iguodala kicks to Green. Out left to the wing. And Curry, here we go. And the rejection by Valanciunas. To the paint. Here's DeRozan. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Now here is Bogut. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And guys, nice to see Bogut out there given all the injuries that he's had to overcome in his career. Just glad to see him at full strength.
And Bogut drops them both. You know, and Bogut, as I recall, Clark was so distraught by those injuries that at one point he thought he might retire.
Yeah, he gave some serious thought to packing it in after the 2013 season, Kevin. Luckily for his team, though, he worked through it and is as strong as ever at the defensive end.
And Curry, here we go. And Green gets it to go.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
DeRozan's shot is good.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
There's Green with the three. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
Fade away. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. And that's now 6 points for DeMar DeRozan. Curry passes to Thompson. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Raptors. Three-pointer. And it's DeRozan missing. Warriors leading by 3. Thompson in the corner. To the middle. Here's Iguodala. The shot is off. And Toronto will come the other way. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And it goes on Draymond Green. Mark, one thing about Kyle Lowry, he has a bulldog mentality. We saw that from his days at Villanova.
No question about that, and I love that about him. He's very simple, not really flashy, just consistently beats the rock. He wears his opponents down.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Bogut. And it's Harrison Barnes in for Andre Iguodala. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Steph Curry. Raptors trailed by 4.
And talking about Lowry, going to Toronto was a godsend for him. I mean, he had clashed with a number of coaches early in his career. His hard-headedness had been working against him. But in Toronto, he learned how to buy into a system and save the wrath for his opponent.
And for Lowry, he's been on fire the past couple of seasons. He's shown toughness, leadership, and the instinct to make winning plays on the court at both ends.
Livingston kicks to Ezeli. Good. Ezeli's got his first bucket in this one.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Patterson, that's good.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
The Warriors have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Here is Livingston while recovering. Green dishes to Ezeli. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And that one's good. Thompson's got 5 now.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
And here are the Raptors now. It's a 5-point game. They set the pick. Patterson passes to Valanciunas. Soft touch off the glass.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Now here's Thompson. He's got 5. Clock at 4. Shot on the wing. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Lowry. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense, you know, Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season, and some nights the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
Assist from DeMar DeRozan. Warriors call time.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished, struggled to handle the ball, created then his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too. Yeah. But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the two. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
Curry kicks to Thompson. He dishes it to Spates. It's Thompson off the drive. Passes it to Ezeli. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Dishes it to Patterson. Valanciunas passes to Carroll. Back to Valanciunas. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
It's Curry with the drive. Thompson for the triple. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And so he makes both from the line. Warriors trail by 3. Up top, Curry. While recovering, Curry kicks to Barnes. Back to Curry. And that's off the glass and in. Curry's got his second bucket.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Here's DeRozan. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Toronto ahead, leading by just 1. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And, guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot block, and it does intimidate them.
So for Toronto right now, Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the 3 slot. Toronto calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Green comes in for Barnes. And it's Thompson in for Sean Livingston.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Now, here's Thompson. 7 points in the game. Here's Green. Toronto grabs the miss.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
That one goes. Count it.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Green in the post. Guarded by Scola. Impressive shot there, making it on the move. 7 points for Draymond Green.
Well, you know, last season Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
Bogut kicks to Green. Thompson inside the line. No basket. Missed number 5 out of his 8 shots.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Another miss by Barea. Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
Curry dishes to Green. Thompson right side. Curry passes to Green. Here's Iguodala. Warriors the rebound. Here's Powell, guarded by Curry. It's stolen by Green. Thompson outside. From outside the arc. Again, the miss by Thompson.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Scola with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Curry. And the Warriors get it back. Iguodala kicks to Curry. Green left side. Reverses. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Feeds it to Bogut. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Barea. It's stolen by Barea. Here's Powell. Looking to end the drought. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down now to just 2 on the basket for Scola.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Timeout called the Warriors.
And for Louis Scola, a very different role for him over the last 2 years. I mean, he was a starter for most of his career, then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, though, Scola still played officially, but he was just used to putting up much bigger numbers for other teams.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Thompson. And the Raptors also making a change. Johnson's checked in. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's Bogut. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Now it's a 6-point Warrior lead. Greg, you were talking about Scola. He has the physical skills, Clark, to make a difference.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he's not spectacular in anything, but he's really solid in just about everything. A pro's pro, and he adds value, tremendous value to any team he's on.
Now here's Curry. From deep. Curry with another miss.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Green inside. Working on Biyombo. They set the pick. And Green with the basket on the assist by Bogut. And that's now 9 points for Draymond Green. Barea kicks to Johnson. Count that one.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Now Curry. He has 6. Outside, Green. Back to Curry. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Biyombo. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And the shot is good from Johnson. Warriors leading by 4. And Curry, here we go. Kicks to Bogut. That's tipped. Just 5 on the clock. Powell kicks to Biyombo. He feeds it to Joseph. To the left wing. .106 left in the first half. Outside, Green to the paint. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
Some changes for Golden State. Azili's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Harrison Barnes in for Andre Iguodala. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Curry. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Curry's got 8.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him, get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
Here's DeRozan. Here we go, one-on-one. It's Curry with the drive to the inside. Here's Spates. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assist. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Here's DeRozan. They get it again. Valanciunas. And the rejection by Azili. Curry wide open. Got it! He got it!
Just in time.
What a shot! And so that's the end of the first half. Warriors lead by 11. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
It's been about his ability to just lock down the opponent from a defensive standpoint. A lot of shots also being blocked.
That reach he's shown, Greg, has certainly been fantastic in getting to some of these shots. I mean, he looks like he's got telescopic arms out there.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
A good quarter for Curry. He has 11 points now and 3 great steals.
Offensively, defensively, man, he has done it all.
All hustle, non-stop effort. He just doesn't quit. Great resilience and relentlessness in his play.
Yeah, it's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Iguodala in the small forward position. That's the Warriors' 5. And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games. Up until then, he had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he had been a starter throughout his 10-year career, every single game, Kevin. Then last year he came off the bench in every game. Big adjustment for the veteran, but he made it well.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder, how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it, in part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
Raptors trail by 18. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Screened by Valanciunas. To halt the run. DeRozan's shot is good. DeRozan's got 8 points.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Offensive rebound. And Valanciunas kicks to Patterson. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And that's now 10 points for DeMar DeRozan. Curry with it. Lowry picks him up. And Curry, here we go. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Back to Curry. There's the pass to Bogut. To the paint. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Bogut. 16 points for Steph Curry.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. But a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
Timeout called the Warriors.
And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
Outside, Green. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. DeRozan dishes to Lowry. Again, the miss by Lowry.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Carroll against Iguodala. Curry kicks to Iguodala. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up the foul.
Damari Carroll. First personal foul, team's first.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Outside Curry. 5 on the clock. Pass to Bogut. It's stolen by DeRozan.
The turnover total in the first half, only 1, but a totally different story here in the second.
As you said, the Raptors with the new logo this year, Greg. Good-looking change, too, I think, Clark.
Yeah, I think it's subtle enough to not lose the continuity, but still feel fresh and new. I like that. That's a nice job of balancing the old with freshening up for the new. Boy, once again, the Raptors were able to put forth a really strong year. You know, the national media recognized it, and the Raptors picked up more and more of the spotlight marquee games as a result.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Well, for a long time, Greg, the Raptors didn't have a lot of nationally broadcast games in the U.S. Seemed like a forgotten team at times, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you know what? A playoff drop is one of the ways that ended that factor. Also, the team plays an exciting brand of basketball. They're a division winner to go along with that, so you start adding those things up, and you see why the Raptors continue to get more and more coverage nationally.
Warriors leading by 13. Here's Iguodala. Power down with both hands.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And the dunk by DeRozan.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Now here's Curry. 16 points for him. 4 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Valanciunas. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got the fast break chance. From deep three-point range. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there? Because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked. Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Now here is Bogut. Green, the pass to Curry. Golden State moving it around. Thompson with the bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Different look here for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Draymond Green. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. From down low. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from DeRozan. And one thing about DeMar DeRozan, such sweet mid-range jump shooting accuracy. It was his bread and butter in college, and Greg, the same here in the pros.
And he gets tremendous lift going up, really squares himself to the rim and releases it quickly. Almost an impossible shot to defend.
You know, you look at DeRozan. I mean, he wants to expand his game. He's been working on a three-point shot, but hit only 28% from behind the arc last season. That's not going to help you win on the biggest stages.
Here's Lowry. And the rejection by Ezeli.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Livingston kicks to Barnes. And he goes in for the dunk.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
And speaking of DeRozan, if he wants to expand his game, I think he should actually take it further inside than outside. He has the size, the strength, the leaping ability to succeed at the rim, and that could improve his field goal accuracy, which at 41% is much more a product of shot selection than his ability to make shots.
It's stolen by Lowry. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to the Nuggets.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
The drive by Lowry. Shot is no good. Good D by Thompson.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, you know, he's not making any kind of impact for them at that end of the court right now.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Warriors on top, up by 15. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. So for Toronto right now, the star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the 3 spot. And the wide open shot from Green. Offline with his 3. Fires for 3. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Thompson slams it home.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
And how about Harrison Barnes, the Black Falcon? I mean, he was a high school phenom in Ames, Iowa, and a lottery pick back in 2012 after 2 seasons at Carolina. Remember also in high school, he was a teammate of Dougie McBuckets.
Andrew Bogut checked in for the Warriors. Barea with it. Curry meets him. There's the three. Scola dishes to Powell. Here's Barea. And it's blocked by Curry.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Powell kicks to Barea. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Powell. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Tipped away. It's stolen by Barea. Powell, that's good.
And a nice 1-2 punch there, guys. Great defensive play and great basket in transition.
Aggressive play, attacking basketball, on the attack, full throttle. I love it.
And the Warriors put the ball in Thompson's hands a lot more last season. He ran the pick and roll and attacked the rim, taking more advantage of his size and ball handling ability at that off-guard position.
And he nails the third. Well, Greg, for Thompson, last season an uptick in his free throw attempts and his assists, and Clark, a reflection of his activity with the ball in his hands.
He's a complete player, terrific offensive player, outstanding defensively as well, and what I like about him is he never lacks for confidence. He stays aggressive at both ends of the floor.
Green passes to Curry. Outside, Green. Clock at 6. Here's Curry. Johnson with the block. Here's Powell. There's the feed to Scola. And he gets it to go.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Warriors leading by 15. Now the dish to Bogut. Left side Curry. Back to Green. And the layup's good off the glass.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Kept alive.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
Outside, Green. Golden State moving it around. From deep. Thompson misses.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
The shot by Powell, no good.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one almost always deadly when he's that open.
Barea dishes to Powell. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
That's his first personal.
You know, basketball can be a thing of beauty, and the Warriors show just how gorgeous ball movement can be last year. Every possession looked like a well-orchestrated concert. It was incredibly fun to watch. Not so much fun, probably, to coach against.
Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for the Warriors. The drive by Thompson. Outside for Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's now 19 points for Steph Curry.
Boy, what a half from the field they're having. They're going to extend that lead if they stay this hot.
Yeah, they've taken it up a notch, Clark, looking very confident right now.
Thompson with the bucket.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Skolik kicks to Powell. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what seed would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers.
And the Raptors call time here. And with that whole concept of playoff reseeding, so often we'll see a second or third seed team get a sixth or seventh seed team in the second round. Meanwhile, Greg, the top seed plays the fourth seed no matter what.
You know, I think in a few cases it would have made a major difference in how the playoffs would have played out. And quite frankly, I think it also puts more value on the regular season if that number one seed could play a seventh seed, if you will, in the second round. So I think that's something that the commissioner and the competition committee might want to reassess.
Green, the pass to Curry. But they get it back. He kicks to Green. Back to Curry. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
You know, they found the holes in the defense and really doing a great job of exploiting them. And, guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA, none brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
It's stolen by Lowry. And he finished it off with the lay-in. Lowry's got 11 points here in just the second half.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Shot's good by Iguodala. What I like, though, about Stephen Curry also is his demeanor. Clark, he cheers on his teammates, keeps his head up through adversity. He does it all.
Yeah, he's pretty much unflappable. He's level-headed, and he puts his teammates first. That's what makes him a championship-caliber superstar.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Warriors.
Clark, this was a physical game.
Yeah, but the awareness they had offensively to penetrate really was the difference.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Thompson. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in, and if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Some really terrific numbers for DeRozan. 25 points, and he's contributed 3 points from the line, too.
And those free throws add up, guys. That is extra offense.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Draymond Green. Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Thompson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Curry, here we go. Barnes can't get it to go.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
Curry with it. Lowry picks him up. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Patterson bringing the double. Livingston kicks to Spates. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And that one falls for Spates.
At the line for your Warriors, Maurice Spates.
He doesn't get the second one. And here's Carroll. And Patterson kicks to Valanciunas. Can't get it to fall. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.